In this Sage CRM Summit 2021 session, we are going to discuss what configuration and customization is in a CRM solution, as well as discuss where the line between the two options are blurred, and how these options ultimately affect your customers. As every business is different, CRM software has always sought to be highly adaptable by allowing various levels of customization to suit each specific business's needs. All CRM vendors will claim it's easy to customize their application to suit business requirements. However, there are two different approaches. One approach involves the need to customize and program code via customization. The other involves using a simple user interface that non-programmers can set up, configuration. As we know, Sage CRM allows easy configuration via its user interface that provides the ability to add or change users, set up security privileges, workflows, fields, screen layouts, and more. Any modification made via the user interface is always fully supported whenever new versions of Sage CRM are released. This means that Sage have continued to develop the software in an agreed manner, ensuring compatibility with past and future functionality, with the ability to configure without breaking how the application or any integrations work. Sage CRM also allows customization with a code-based approach, using techniques such as ASP web pages and .NET development. This allows a far greater amount of flexibility to mold the product to meet your customer's exact needs, but will increase cost and time required on the project for them. Also, as each customer can have Sage CRM customized via code, Sage cannot guarantee support for custom code on new versions, unless the development has been performed specifically within the guidelines Sage provide to you for development. Due to this, when new versions of the software are released, there is an increased need to test upgrades when software has been customized rather than configured, which can increase the cost of upgrades, but also gives greater flexibility around the development of the product to match your customer's exact needs. Sage CRM also allows you to add small bits of code to the front-end configuration, blurring the lines between the two options. Every single CRM install has some level of configuration, but not every site has customization. So what does this mean to you and your customers? It's always advised to keep any Sage CRM implementation simple. This reduces upfront costs to your customers, but also makes the project simple and quick for you as a partner to both implement and importantly support. It also keeps a laser focus on the features that are to be delivered in a speedy way so that the initial key benefits can be realized by your customers as quickly as possible. Because of this, focusing initially on only implementing a configured system is always advised. An example of basic configuration includes changing a field caption from segment to market sector, or adding a key vertical sector to the drop-down list. As this is expanded out to all areas of their business, you can quickly compile a list of field caption changes and drop-down lists that can be quickly and easily added to Sage CRM that ensures their users are entering the right information at the right time. This is great for existing fields, but what about if they need some new fields to capture data? As we know, the Sage CRM user interface allows you to quickly add additional fields to the system and then control where those fields are shown and how they work for users. These can be added such as checkboxes, drop-down lists, or date selectors. The fields can also be added or changed on lists and reports, or even used in groups to segment your information for marketing or other purposes. These modifications to fields are immediately changed for all users and are the quickest way to tailor the front end of Sage CRM to your customers' needs. To help deploy quickly configured solutions, it's best to use some kind of a spreadsheet that is given to the customer to complete. The spreadsheet itself should detail all of the existing fields in Sage CRM, including the captions and drop-down values where applicable, and then give them the option to update the spreadsheet with their field changes as they require. This will reduce the time it takes for you to perform the scope of the requirement, and this process works very well for small, quick sites where only configuration is required. The user interface can also be used to design workflows for certain record types. Workflows are used to guide users through a certain process specific to that record type. For example, a workflow can be used to create a new support ticket, allocate the issue to a user, and then guide that user through the various steps needed to resolve the issue before finally capturing the reason for resolution. As workflows are very bespoke to the customer and require a fair amount of knowledge about their processes, this should be fully scoped before being put into their Sage CRM system. Workflows can also be extended via the use of notifications. Notifications allow them to have automated on-screen messages or emails that alert them when some data or a date has been changed in Sage CRM. Examples of escalations include alerting them if a quota is expired or one of their sales team has closed a deal. However, all of these options can be configured within the interface with no actual code being written. More examples of pure configuration include creating dashboards and summary reports, setting up products, configuring how Sage CRM sends and receives emails, and setting up quote and order templates ready to be sent to their prospects and customers. From a financial perspective, configurable solutions cost less to implement and deploy than customized ones. This means that whilst you generate less revenue from a project with one of your customers, you'll be able to sell more solutions with the same headcount, whilst also ensuring they are easy to support and upgrade. Something that helps both you and your customers. Your customers take into account the total cost of ownership when evaluating the initial implementation of software, the ability to upgrade future releases, and the effort required to maintain the solution with in-house IT or external consulting resources. With this in mind, it's wise to consider the entire cost-benefit analysis to your customer so that you can understand the impact to them and ultimately help them maximize their return on investment. If we take a look at a quick bit of configuration, a customer may want to, as mentioned previously, update the company segment field caption to say market sector, as this is how they refer to it. Additionally, they may want to add a new option to the drop-down list for consultancy. We can do this by going into the administration section of Sage CRM, going to the company configuration section, and then amending the field caption and drop-down list accordingly, all via the administration section of Sage CRM. One benefit of purely using configuration is that it's an easy, repeatable process that you can teach customers how to perform themselves. So why would one of your customers ever need to look at customizing their Sage CRM system? If they're lucky, Sage CRM covers up to 90% of their needs via configuration, but most often there will be some compromise between providing features and their business's processes. Because of this, uniqueness is probably the main reason why they may need some level of custom development. Whilst front-end configuration via the user interface is very powerful, there is quite often additional features a company wants that is just not possible via configuration. These can include third-party integrations into Sage Account Solutions, additional features such as project management, or even configure price quote solutions specific to your customer. Utilizing existing out-of-the-box customizations is definitely the easiest and most effective way of rapidly adding on new functionality for your customers. But having the ability to write code that directly interfaces into Sage CRM is a very powerful feature that makes it stand out a lot against the competition. Almost any feature you want in a Sage CRM solution that you need it to perform is possible via its ability to be customized with code. We can see here, for example, some customization that allows the user to view their Sage account's financial information about a customer, and here to use a rapid quote entry feature. This, for example, allows your customers to enter in an entire quote on the one screen, but it also pulls information such as available quantities at specific warehouses, all from within the Sage CRM interface. Something which is not possible with configuration alone. Both of these are examples of customization that have been developed to work inside of Sage CRM via custom coding. There are lots of coding languages out there, and even for developers like yourselves, it always seems like there's some new kid on the block that is better than the last. Sage CRM supports some of the most used development languages of them all, such as JavaScript and .NET, that are used throughout the world to provide functionality across a wide breadth of applications. All of the development options are based on core CRM objects and APIs, or application program interfaces, that allow the code to talk directly to Sage CRM quickly and easily. It also means that however complicated the customizations are for your customers, to the user, they still look like the standard Sage CRM application, as if they have been in there all along. In general, systems are customized when you have very specific requirements that cannot be fulfilled via out-of-the-box solutions. Using customizations, you can configure your customers' Sage CRM solutions to the exact needs, knowing the system is aligned tightly with their processes and requirements. This will allow you to easily integrate their solution into their day-to-day business, knowing that their business hasn't had to change based solely to fit it with how the Sage CRM application works. Sage CRM can be tailored to be a complete centric application to every area of their business, giving them the exact functionality they require, while still getting all of the benefits of a single solution and therefore single source of data. Customization is also extremely useful when you are migrating them from an existing CRM application that has specific functionality their users are still expecting after the migration. Every CRM application works slightly differently. After all, if they didn't, there would be only one. Just to confuse matters, code can also be written directly into the front-end user interface. This adds the ability to create small chunks of customization that work within the existing CRM screens. Examples of this include only making fields required if the company is a customer, or changing values in a drop-down list based on other field selections. You can see here an example of some code that makes a field required if the user is a member of the sales team. Whilst the developer who knows both the programming language and Sage CRM objects is required to do advanced customization, these are widely available in whatever region you are in if you don't have that kind of resource internally. If you feel the need to customize your client systems and are not currently able to do so, you can contact your local Sage office or ourselves at Cumulus, who will help connect you with someone who can discuss your customers' requirements further. To your customers, this can all sound very daunting. Do they need to just configure? Do they need to customize? What are the costs involved? Luckily, Sage CRM allows the direct importing of both configurations and customizations that can rapidly deploy large and small changes to systems, whether it's adding a field or adding a whole project management add-on. If your customers have a requirement, it's almost certain that someone has already written it for Sage CRM, and someone may have even developed an add-on that can be loaded into their system quickly and easily. As well as the ISV sessions we are running as part of this summit, there is a wealth of information about the configuration and customization options available within Sage CRM, and also a marketplace on the sageCRM.com website advertising some of the add-ons that can be used to extend and customize Sage CRM. There is a separate session, Build Your CRM Knowledge, with our e-learning that explores the various ways that you can find out more about Sage CRM, its features and configuration or customization options. It's impossible to predict every feature a customer may require from a CRM solution at the start of the implementation, but knowing that Sage CRM can be easily configured to provide a rapid solution that can be expanded into all areas of their business via configuration or where required customization should give them the confidence that their investment in Sage CRM is a good one. Ultimately, it's always quicker and cheaper for the customer to configure a system rather than customize. But one of the strengths of Sage CRM is its ability to mold and shape to their business, not just when they have initially installed it, but throughout their use of the product. So do you configure or customize? There is no specific answer to that question without understanding what they want out of their system and what they want their system to do. But by utilizing the various options available, you can be assured that Sage CRM will fit their business like a glove.